So a very special day for all of us at Rishihood to meet all of you. I think this is the first chance that we have of hosting such an august gathering of educational leaders, and on top of that a leader and a leadership coach, leader of leaders, Mr. Kheda. So a real blessing for all of us here in the context of the Teachers' Day. I will not take much time because I also am very keen to listen to Shiv sir. But when we host him, a question that comes to my mind is that he is a leadership coach. He is training so many professionals in becoming leaders. But was it not supposed to be our role, as educators, as people leading schools, leading universities? He is trying to fix what we could not do. I mean, that is the thought that I get in my mind. And we were just having a conversation before we came to this hall of the kind of things that are lacking, severely lacking in our education system. So while we have this occasion to celebrate the spirit of being an educator, I think it's also a great opportunity for all of us to reflect on where we are, because all of us have that deep passion to make a change, improve our system for the better. But yet we are not satisfied with where we are. So there is a long way to go. When the conversations around Rishihood, building Rishihood started, my colleague and Vice Chancellor Shobhit Mathur, he said that let's do something that is relevant for the society. Large part of education is simply not relevant. Then Ajay Gupta ji, where is he? He's can't see him. Ajay Gupta ji said that it should not be just relevant for now, but in the future also. Then our Chancellor Suresh Prabhu ji said that it's not just about relevance, but also what's our vision for the society? What kind of society do we envision? And it was hundreds of such conversations with public leaders, with entrepreneurs, with parents, with educators, that the idea of Rishihood took birth. So we took it very seriously upon us that let's find out what are the gaps in education, especially higher education, and what role can we play in fulfilling this. So we have created a triple impact method at Rishihood. And I'll take a few minutes to explain this triple impact method before we invite Shiv sir to deliver his keynote and meet all of you. So this triple impact, the first is professional impact. That's the basic requirement from any good education, that people who come out of educational system should be employable. When we talk to the industry, they are frustrated that we have graduates and we have to retrain those graduates. So what's the point of being a graduate? Recently there was a survey on graduate unemployment. 1/3 delivery boys in India, 1/3 are graduates. See, if graduates have to become delivery boys, we are simply wasting 3-4 years of their life. Delivery is something that they could have done right after school or even without going to school. So that's the kind of problem that is there in our education system at large. So what have we done? So we have not just developed the curriculum in partnership with the industry, but we have people from the industry teaching. So then they cannot blame, because and there's no need to blame, because what they are bringing into the classroom is what is needed in their industry. So they become our faculty and they also become our recruiters, because they have trained the students in what the industry needs the students to do. On top of that, we are launching a global mentor network. So people from US, UK, Singapore, Japan, Israel and India coming together to become personal 1:1 mentor for the students on different aspects of life. How to improve my CV, how to sit for an interview, what kind of movie to watch on business innovation, what kind of books to read, what kind of podcasts to watch. So all these things which improve the quality of a learning experience, that kind of mentorship. Then we have something very interesting called the parallel curriculum. So what happens typically in institutions is there is a core curriculum and then there are some electives. We have restructured our curriculum where we have something as a parallel curriculum which runs along with the formal academic courses. So this includes boot camps, workshops, hackathons, short courses. We are a fully residential campus, so students are here with us 24/7, all days, including weekends. So we do a lot of these activities. For example, today is a Sunday, but we have many of our students sitting here. This talk is a part of their parallel curriculum where they get to hear leadership views from a person like Mr. Kheda. Then we also have a high density of students who want to become entrepreneurs. In fact, we have 10 plus startups in their initial stage already on campus, and this is just our third year of operations. So we have a 50 crore startup fund for the students so that their professional outcomes are not limited to only jobs, but they become job creators, and that is what we need for the country. So that's the first impact, which is the professional impact. Second, very less talked about, is personal impact. So it's not just important to be a great professional, but what can we achieve in our inner lives? So we have something called inner curriculum. So this is an innovation in higher education, maybe not just be in India, but globally, where we have a specific focus on inner peace, joy, fitness, not just physical fitness, but emotional and spiritual fitness of the students. We are a university where we have a resident life and spiritual coach who meets and interacts with the students, lives with the student in the same building, and as a personal coach, at midnight, in the morning, he's just available to the students for the kind of issues that students have these days on relationships, with their friends, peers, pressure, family, different kinds of things. But where do they vent it out? Is there someone to talk to? So yes, there is someone to talk to where they can just become comfortable with those kinds of issues that are there. Sports is a part of mandatory curriculum here. Everyone goes through hundreds of hours of sports training, and when they undergo 100 hours, they become addicted to it. I mean, they enjoy sports so much that they just continue it for rest of their years. Going forward, we are also initiating organic farming, gardening, music and arts as core parts, because they enrich, they make the quality of life better. So apart from academics, there is a lot of self-development that a person needs, that is the personal impact. And third, very important given the mission of Rishihood, is public impact. So we believe in the power of systemic reforms, we believe in the power of governance, in the power of leadership to create a large-scale impact for the society. Whatever we can create in our own individual lives, it can grow 10x, 100x if it becomes part of the system. So what do we do about that? We believe that this aspect of public interface has to be strongly embedded in education. We have created a foundational curriculum called Rishihood Essentials, where every student, irrespective of whether they are studying computer science or entrepreneurship or design or psychology, whatever they are studying, they undergo a set of courses on leadership and social sciences, which include topics like global grand challenges, understanding India as a society, environment and systems thinking. So these aspects of coaching, of training, which are common to all the students, irrespective of their fields of study, they become very important in setting the perspective. How should we look at the world, and how can my profession help me create a larger public impact? One very interesting initiative that we have taken for this is we have launched world's largest lab. What is that lab? That lab is the city of Sonipat. So city as a lab is where we really try to understand the neighboring population. We try to understand what are the issues they are facing. So from the first week, our students start interfacing with the city. We just had our orientation, and following the orientation, we had Rakhi a few days ago. So on Raksha Bandhan, our students went into the city and met the unsung heroes of the city, the policemen, the firemen, the lawyers, the doctors, the nurses, the traffic police, all of them who are protecting the city. So Raksha Bandhan is about protection, and people who are protecting our lives should be honored. So our students went and tied Rakhis to all the unsung heroes of the city, and that is how they started building the bond. And from next week onwards, they will be interfacing with the city, identifying the problems that the city faces, and how can we as students work with the city to find out solutions. Because one of the gaps in education today is there is no communication between the institution and the neighborhood. So that communication has to be very active. We want in a few years the city to say that this is their university. It should not be that this is someone's university. Typically hota hai ye unki university hai. We want the people to say ye hamari university hai. That's the kind of thing we want to achieve within 2 to 3 years. So this triple impact of professional impact, personal impact and public impact is the framework that we want to create here, and we hope that this becomes a benchmark, and we cannot do this alone. We want to have the participation, we want to join hands, exchange ideas, take these ideas to the school age group, bring the ideas from there to here, because this transition from a school to a university for a student becomes very important. A lot of things get lost, transmission loss in this, change in phase of life. But I think if we plan it well, if we manage it well, if we guide the students well, there won't be any transmission loss. They will be able to continue on their journey, and they will be able to become better at what they want to do. So with this, I again thank all of you for coming here. I took a little longer time, but I hope I was able to explain what Rishihood stands for, and I hope that at least with some of you, we'll be able to create a very long-term, meaningful partnership in reimagining education in India. Thank you so much.